wanna know. If you're ready, let me know.
Hey Nakama, this is Gomu, it's me. My name is Alden, and today we're going to be talking about the new monster trio, or maybe there won't. Let's get into this. I've recorded this video a bunch of times just trying to get all my thoughts together because it makes sense that people think there's going to be a new monster trio, but at the same time it doesn't, because the monster trio right now is Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. And me personally, I have them in that order. Obviously Luffy at the tip top, Zoro, Sanji, right? So for one of them to get usurped, you would think that the person coming in is stronger than one of them, right? So I don't think Yamato is stronger than Sanji, who I have as the least. And even though Jinbei is powerful, I mean, same as Yamato, but I don't think he's stronger than Sanji either. So, I mean, in water, obviously, but we're not talking about that. But so that's just like the first thing. But let's get a little bit deeper into this. Yamato doesn't really have any feats. I mean, they've said that Yamato has sparred with Kaido and kept up with Kaido, but sparring, we don't really count that, you know? Because, I mean, all together you could say Zoro sparred with Mihawk when they first met up at the Baratie, and that wasn't even close. So that doesn't give somebody like this level status that, you know, that may or may not be rightfully deserved. I mean, Yamato could be stronger than Zoro and Sanji together, but we don't know. You know, Yamato I'm not going to say didn't really do anything, but during the raid on Onigashima, Yamato wasn't, you know, like a major factor, because Zoro took out King and Sanji took out Queen, and everybody was taking out, you know, everybody was fighting Kaido, and then obviously it was Luffy Gear 5 that eventually took down Kaido. But, you know, like those were you see what I'm saying? Like in Kaido's crew, it was Kaido, King, Queen. So it only stands to reason that Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. Now I'm not saying Yamato can't eventually take over, but at the same time I think there's too much sentimental value with Zoro and Sanji to let Yamato enter into the monster trio. Now the monster trio could definitely end up becoming Zoro, Sanji, and Yamato if we start putting Luffy in his own category. Now, I know that the monster trio isn't really something like, it's not like an anime thing or even a manga thing. I mean, it's been mentioned or whatever, but it's not a big thing. But this is mostly for the fans and the fandom. Is just, I don't understand why everybody discredits Sanji. I mean, we've seen him do things that show that he's up. Like, Queen fought Big Mom. People seem to forget that, and Sanji beat Queen. Now, obviously, Sanji and Zoro were pushed to their, you know, breaking points and limits, but that just means it was a hard-fought battle. Now, I mean, One Piece isn't really like Dragon Ball Z where the, you know, Saiyans get stronger after every fight, but, you know, they did learn things and they did push themselves and push their bodies, so they will get little bumps in, you know, their, you know, abilities. Now, who comes up next, we don't know. If Yamato will be better suited for those type of enemies, that might be the case, and we might be talking about Yamato as being in the monster trio. But for right now, it doesn't really make sense. And I know Jinbei gets a lot of love, and Jinbei is one of my favorite characters on the Straw Hats. I've been waiting for him to join the Straw Hats. I mean, finally he is, but, you know, and I think he is without a doubt strong, and he's going to help them during their travels if they get attacked by Marines or, you know, rival pirates. You know, he'll be able to do the things that Arlong used to do. You know, I'm not going to say he will do that, because Luffy's not going to care. He's like, let them chase us, I don't care. But I'm just saying he adds that dimension to them that, you know, that every good pirate crew in this universe needs. So, but when it comes to power scale, like, One Piece isn't really the best at power scaling. That's one thing I can say is, I'm not gonna say a drawback, but it just doesn't do well with power scaling, because we don't know how strong all these people are. Like, yes, of course, Luffy had his whole thing with Kaido, but at the same time, Kaido was drinking. It wasn't in his most powerful form. I mean, he did eventually end up going, but you know, that was... Luffy had a new transformation, and he just... Kaido fought the Scabbards, he fought Zoro, he fought Killer, he fought Kid. Like, everybody was fighting this guy. So we can't really say, you know, Luffy's on this upper echelon when, you know, yeah, he did end up being the final one to kill Kaido. But that'd be like saying Blackbeard is stronger than Whitebeard, when in reality, when we saw it unfolding at Marineford, you know, Whitebeard was on the verge of ending, you know, Blackbeard, but, you know, the whole sickness and, you know, being put through almost everything the Marines could throw at him, including sabotage and him protecting everybody, and just he didn't have it in him. But, you know, Blackbeard, quote unquote, was the last one to land the blow. That doesn't mean he's stronger than him. That doesn't mean he should have got a, you know, higher bounty or anything. So, you know, we don't know where Luffy is like what I'm saying. So, like, power scaling doesn't really, you know, it doesn't really add up. But I'm just saying, with feats wise, you know, we've seen, you know, Zoro take out the, you know, first mate of Kaido, and that's saying something, since Kaido is known to be, you know, the strongest in the world. Never bet against him one-on-one and stuff like that. You already know his pirate crew was filled, you know, with strong pirates. So his first mate is obviously going to be the strongest. Now, somebody's gonna say, oh, well, what if they're an excellent tactic? It's Kaido. They're worried about strength. They're called the Beast Pirates. King was the second strongest. Let's be real. And Queen being the third strongest, and, you know, having all those, you know, all that science and everything that he could bring, you know, it's funny because the first mate of Kaido is, I'm not gonna say a swordsman, but a swordsman. And Zoro's a swordsman, and then the second, I'm not gonna say the second mate, but Queen is like all about science and stuff like that, and Sanji is basically I'm not gonna say a cyborg at this point, but his exoskeleton is just ridiculous. I mean, he has the stealth black, like, it was made to be like that. So, you know, it just worked out that way. I mean, and in MMA, people like to say styles make fights, and I know MMA, One Piece, whatever. But in One Piece, style, you know, it was like for like, so it wasn't like, oh, I'm a kicker, and this guy's a swordsman, so, you know, he's gonna have the advantage with the reach, or vice versa, or whatever. So it showed how powerful Zoro and Sanji are. I'm not discrediting Yamato. Yamato could end up being the, you know, second strongest triad. But at this point in time, we just don't know. So when people lump Yamato into the monster trio, or, you know, put Yamato up there with Luffy, I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. So the monster trio goes as follows: Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. Now if we go to the monster, you know, quintet and sixtet, all that stuff, then it goes from first to, you know, whatever, fighter wise, I guess. I mean, even though Brook, whatever. It'd be Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Yamato, Jinbei. That's what it is. I mean, people can hate it all they want. That's how it goes. So this has been another video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, be safe on your journeys, be safe on your travels. I will be the king of YouTube. Peace.